Okay. But before we start,
Oh.
Stick to the football, lads.
well, that's what I was about to go to. That's what I was about to go to. I find it really funny every single year that, like, of course, we have a lot of Prem to get to, but the name pronunciations have got to be some of the best content the Premier League's ever dropped. It's just a green screen. You have people walking in like they're in a lineup, and it's like Bruno Fernandes. Ain't no one saying no Bruno Fernandes like Milos Kerkez. Like, shut up.
Mikolenko is one.
Oh, that one
From-
was hilarious.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Because, like, that's not your name. We
No.
know your name. You don't know your name.
Yeah.
And then it was like Jed Spence. He was angry as hell in that. Like, he said the first time, and so it was Jed Spence. They're like, can you say a little louder? He goes, Jed Spence. I'm like, oh, okay. You're Jed Spence. You're Jed Spence. But welcome, everyone, to another episode of Remotely Related. I am Kenny. And before I introduce everyone else, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate it all. We got one from the last episode, so salute to whoever you are. Slowly on the rise. We keep going. But we have a good panel for the Prem recap today. A lot happened, a lot to discuss, and I know that Everton and Leeds are still on the cards. But you know what? We'll just let them cook. We'll let them cook tomorrow.
Oh, Grealish's debut? Come on.
Yeah, we'll let him and NDI cook tomorrow, right? Right. But to introduce everyone else, vice captain, co-captain, Christian Pulisic's biggest fan. He's got the hoodie on right now. Smitty's in the building.
Nope.
How are you doing, Smitty?
Nope. I said last week I'm not talking about U.S. men's national team's players on this pod, and I will not speak about Christian Pulisic and the quotes that have came out from the documentary this week because I am disgusted.
Hey, I just had to shoot my shot and just make sure that if something changed, you could have just went off a little bit. It would have been like clip, but
nope.
Anyways,
now's not the time. Not the time.
Fair enough.
There will be plenty of moments throughout the episode. I don't need to take shots at players that aren't in the Prem because they couldn't make it. We can continue.
Okay. Next up, moving on. This is probably a recent buyer of headphones, earplugs, and books because there's a car ride coming up for this fellow that I don't know if he's going to really want to talk to anyone in that car. Ladies and gentlemen, Goody's in the building. Goody's in the building. How we doing, Goody?
You lost me on that intro. Oh, no, I get it. Yeah. Will we make it? No one knows. You will see me on the news if you see 4 dead in P8 Turnpike car crash. Hands up, that was me. And it was because I couldn't take it anymore. So, back for another pod. We're here together.
Yes. I mean, it'd be better than some coaches at, never mind, won't say the school name. Last but not least, if you are in the warm-up line, U16 to U18 for Oakwood Soccer Club, this will mean something to you. If you had that one special night out at UConn, this will mean something to you. We have Oakwood Heritage in the building for the pod debut, a new member for this season. Ladies and gentlemen, Hillzy's in the building. Hillzy's in the building. Yo, how we doing, man? How we doing?
Doing well. I'm on break, summer break, so life's great.
I mean, can't complain about summer break. I am happy that you're here because we already have a City fan, but I feel like your opinions might be a bit more rational than his, so I'm happy you're here. Anyways, we have a lot of games to recap. We have a lot of matches to look at. The way we're going to do this, we have 2 to 3 marquee matchups that we'll talk about in depth. And then after that, we'll just bounce around the rest of the league, talk about anything we want, anything else footy related. Then we'll wrap up with some fantasy league. First, I think it's only right since it was supposed to be the biggest game on the weekend. Let's go Man United Arsenal. Man United 0, Arsenal 1. We were supposed to have an Arsenal correspondent today, but he's not corresponding. Who would like to kick us off just about the game, their thoughts, overviews, player debuts?
Do you want me to overreact or underreact?
Over. Always take the over.
Okay.
Always take the over.
If we're going to overreact, you can just simply say, how is it any different than Arsenal last season? If we're going to underreact, you could say it was Gyokeres' first game. It was Zubamendi's first game. It's going to take some time to embed him in the team. And defensively, I thought the first half they looked a little shaky, but the second half, Saliba, Gabriel, the back line, they looked solid again. David Raya, solid again in goal. But on the flip
Good
side,
save.
in attack, not too much changed, not too much different than last season. A lot of chances coming from set pieces and not much from open play. But they also have a striker now that plays completely different than anyone else they've had on their side in the last couple years. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say sometimes you don't play well, you need to get 3 points. They didn't play well, they got 3 points. Good for them.
I agree. Well, I agree with like that last part. I might disagree with you a little bit just because with Arsenal, I know you said like nothing much has changed. I think last year they tie that game. I feel like it was a really stout performance from them in the second half, especially for the defensive stuff. Because the first half, I was looking at Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, even like Ben White. Like I was looking at them like they were thinking about something else throughout the entire game because it just looked bad. Saliba's just fouling all the time. Gabriel's getting beat. Calafiori's out of position. It didn't look great. But yeah, I feel like this Arsenal side, there's a lot of work that needs to go into it. It's clearly not the polished process. I feel like with Saka, he didn't really get after it today. Martinelli was just getting the steps in. Gyökeres, I mean, like that debut, it reminded me a little bit. Sorry, Hillzy, but Kusanov versus Chelsea, like that debut type of level. But it didn't look great from him. It did not look great to say the least.
I mean, he looked like a player who's been there for 24 hours, not someone who's been with him for 3 weeks. Like,
Yeah,
he's just not in there yet. I don't know what they need to do. Do they need to change their approach? Because it's a lot of short passing, breaking through. Perez isn't that player. He's a get it in behind and run. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Arsenal don't play that way.
Mm-hmm. It was also like really interesting too because you're speaking about like getting it behind and running it behind. As soon as he tried to like take that touch and the ball just stayed and he kept going, I'm like, oh no, he's cooked. Like Twitter is about to like cook him for real. But no, there's a lot of interesting points there because it did look like an attack that just got put together for a random game, like a whole João Pedro flying in for the Club World Cup, like that type of vibe. Even though the João Pedro one worked, like they were buzzing, they were clicking. Saka, Gyökeres, it looked like they just haven't said hi to each other yet. It looked like they just haven't even did like the whole proper meetups. Like I don't know, something looked weird. Something looked weird there.
I mean, they also still don't have a left winger that is capable of winning them the league. Like, I'm sorry. Martinelli's out there. I don't know what the hell Martinelli's doing. And then, for what reason, they blew their load on Madueke. It's like, there's probably a better way to spend $55 million. No.
No. I like Madueke. I like Madueke, man.
I don't care, but there's a better way. I mean, they Chelsea bought Gittins for $55 million. So obviously Chelsea were like, you know what? We're fine with letting him go. We obviously think Gittins is better.
Chelsea's fine with letting everyone go, though.
I don't disagree. I think they should have looked for Martinelli's replacement, not his backup. I think that's where they've gone wrong. They've gone for squad depth versus actually getting a decent winger.
Should have gone for Savinho. Left winger, actually.
You said Savinho? I don't know. It looks like he's going to the other side of London. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, you look at, like, Liverpool potentially rumours about getting Barcola. If Barcola is available, go and get him. Like, why spend 60 million on Madueke? You spend an extra 20 and get what I think is a player with better potential.
I get it, but, like, at the same time, this was a really tough game just physically for Arsenal, I feel. Like, you could, even starting with the lineup with the Ben Whites, the Calafioris, like, Timber came off the bench, like Lewis Skelly came off the bench. It looks like Havertz should have started after the Gyokeres performance. It was a strong bench for Arsenal, and I think that's what kind of helped them carry to the 3 points. Like, to my point before, that Arsenal squad last year isn't built for a 3-point win at Old Trafford. And so I will give some credit because you got to win ugly sometimes if you really want to win the Prem. These are some of the games where it's like, yeah, we were down bad. They were like United were really good for a bunch of the games. So from that perspective, like Arsenal should be really happy they held on.
I'm not arguing that. I just think it still just goes back to they just never looked like they were going to score, which is
Who?
Arsenal. Like other than set pieces, they never looked like they were going to score. And
Yeah.
and that's against the United back line that isn't that great, to be fair. I mean, they played well, but I just expected, maybe the expectation was like Gyokeres is going to solve all their problems, and I think that's what a lot of people thought. But I don't know
Well,
if
I mean,
he's
that's what
going
people
to.
been saying.
I mean, it's going to
I
take a
think-
while for that to happen.
I think Odegaard underperformed today as well, and I think that was a big issue in creating chances. I think he went missing for a lot of the game.
Well,
That's what he's
I
done
agree
for
with
12
you.
months.
Well,
I agree with you, but at the same point, actually no. It did take 91 minutes for us to actually see something good from Odegaard. Like that little flick to Saka at the end.
Mhm.
I thought it's like, oh, this is what people have been wanting to see for Odegaard for so long. Like it looked really good. But at the same time, he had the same problem as like a Bruno Fernandes because throughout that game, I don't know what you guys thought, but as soon as Odegaard or Bruno lost it, the transition into like the counterattacking like football, like that's where I thought teams were or Arsenal or United were going to score at the highest. Like that's where I really thought people could capitalize. And you got to be cleaner on the ball, especially in a game that physically taxing, because if you're Odegaard and you lose the ball when you're in full like attacking, that's when you're going to see like the Cunhas and Buemos, like Bruno Fernandes, whoever it is, like almost scoring. So Odegaard was okay. It should have been, it could be a lot better. I know it's the first game of the season, but I want to move on to some other debuts because Hillzy, you do watch a lot of like La Liga and just other European footy. Zubimendi's been a player that a lot of people wanted to see in the Premier League for a while, especially two people on this panel. I had to get the joke in there. But what do you think of Zubimendi's performance?
I thought it was pretty good, but I don't like Declan Rice in that 8 right there with him.
You don't think Declan Rice is the left 8?
No, not creative enough. I love
But,
his
like-
physicality,
No, go ahead.
but his passes are always off to me on the half turn when they're trying to like build up every time. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be a ball
Why do I
given
think-
away.
Am I the only one that's not seeing this being an issue? I think Declan Rice is so good. Like, I think he...
I don't think
hate
he was
it.
great today.
Yeah,
No.
I think he was a little, almost like seemed he was rushed today. Like he panics a little bit when he gets on the ball. Normally he's all right there. Normally it's like he's on the swivel and he's spreading it. But today was, I don't know. Casemiro kind of
God.
was a concern for him,
Casemigos.
apparently.
Yeah.
Casemiro looked good.
Casamigos did look all right. It looked
Until
all right.
Ugarte came on, United looked good. Once Ugarte came on, it was like,
No, we need to have a conversation about United's substitutes and particularly why are you 1-0 down and bringing Harry Maguire on in the 80th minute?
I
Well,
thought they were going to play him next to Sesko.
I genuinely thought they were going to move him up top. I thought it was going to happen.
You have Xerxes on the bench. I don't know if Xerxes was unfit to play, but surely that's a better option than playing Harry Maguire in the pocket. as
Yeah,
a
no,
false nine.
we can definitely move on to United because that was gonna be my thing, Goody. Because if you're Kobe Mainu and you see the substitutions that happen, and when Ugarte comes on, it's like Amram's taking a piss. Like Amram's taking an absolute piss, and then when Diallo is probably looking at Dallo starting over him too. This whole entire preseason and for the last part of last season, Diallo's been cooking. So now all of a sudden he's on the bench for this game. I don't know if it's an injury thing. I don't know what it is, but that's my only issue with like Amarim. The decisions that he makes for like player personnel, it's not good enough. Kobe Mainu should have been in that game. Kobe Mainu should have been in that game.
I don't know why they started Mount. Like, I'm happy to see Mount back. He was like a
I will
great
say-
player to watch. I would have started Cunha up top or Mbuemo up top, played Bruno as the other attacking midfielder, and started Kobe. Like, there's no reward in starting Mason Mount.
But I want to be fair. I thought Mason Mount looked good today. I genuinely think he played well today.
He did, but their problem was every time Mbeumo got the ball wide in the first half, there was literally nobody in the box. Which,
Is
like,
that a Mason
Sesko,
Mount issue though?
no, but I mean, Sesko probably solves a lot of those problems. But if you're going to play with Cunha, Mount, and Mbeumo in like that triangle up front, like somebody has to be in the box. Somebody
I
has to
agree.
take the authority and just say, I'm going to go forward. Because there were so many
I'm
times where Mbeumo was getting the ball and he had just so much space. He was just running at people. And it's like, there's nobody with him.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that because even when Dorgu had like crosses in the box, you could tell he didn't pick up his head because there was no one in the box when he crossed it. Like that's an issue. But Mason Mount for me, he actually like he played well. Like I remember specifically on one of the plays, I don't know how he did it, but like the ball was coming across his body and just on the first touch, he just half volleyed it with his left foot out to Dorgu. And I'm like, I haven't seen this since the Chelsea days. Like it was good to see. And I'm glad he didn't get hurt in the process because he's had a lot of injury issues. So he wasn't the issue for me. I think if you look at like some of the other United players, De Ligt was class. I'm sorry, De Ligt was class today. He was just looking at Gyokeres like, do you know who I am? Like, I've done this before. Like, Gyokeres, like he kind of handled Gyokeres for a lot, or his whole entire performance, and I thought De Ligt just handled the back line really well. Is there anyone else for United you want to talk about? I feel like Cunha.
Goalkeeping?
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Let's do the bad then the good. You can talk about
Um,
Bayender.
I found it interesting
So
that Amram, after the game, said that Onana's not injured, and he decided not to have him in the squad because there was two players better than him in training. That's kind of crazy when you watch the performance that Bayern just had. I mean, they need to sign a goalkeeper. Now, it kind of goes back to what we said a week ago about, is Sesko really necessary, or is spending that much money in midfield and on a goalkeeper probably a better use of the funds? But maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're happy with what they got. But again, it's like between Bayern and Onana, you're causing yourself 12 points in a season. So they got to find the solution. Because, I mean, some people are going to say it's a foul. You just can't call it a foul. I'm sorry. You just can't call it a foul.
Go ahead, Hillzy.
The solution's in Paris. Donnarumma. That's the most United signing
That solution is unavailable to United.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seems like he's ready to join you guys.
The strictly City
I don't know
signing.
if Galatasaray will pay.
I was talking about, it looks like he was joining City. No, that's the last thing I saw. Like,
It's all based off Ederson. If Ederson leaves, if not.
I mean,
Well, I think City probably have the luxury of just telling Ederson to piss off. He's not playing ever again. And if he rots on the bench, he rots on the bench. They probably don't care.
I'm still convinced he beat up Pep Guardiola last year. That's why he had all the cuts. But anyways,
But then we still have Ortega too. We still have
God, I
Ortega.
forgot.
That's the worst of your problems.
yeah, I mean, sorry, Ortega. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
What was Rangers celebration? Sorry about that. No, I feel like for United as well, you can't watch that game and not think, wow, we need a midfielder and wow, we need a keeper. Because like Smitty said, that challenge like on Bayender is definitely not a foul, and I'm only saying that because if you look in the second half, David Raya had the same exact issue, but he actually handled it and just cleared the ball and he stood his ground. So there's no way that's a foul. Clearly, they need to stop serving butter at the United cafeterias because all United keepers just have shaky hands, and it's not good enough. Someone who was good for United, though, that man, Matheus Cunha. That performance for me, it restored the feeling. Like, he was so good. Does anyone want to talk about him?
I think Mbeumo, Cunha, and Bruno can cause some serious damage this year. They just got to figure out the end product. That's the only thing that was missing from today's performance. They just couldn't quite figure it out, whether it was the final pass or when to shoot and when not to. Like you've seen Mbeumo and Cunha so many times were 2-on-2 or 2v1 and they just couldn't figure it out. But if I'm a United fan, I'm not upset with how today went.
Because they know exactly. Yeah, they know exactly what the issue was, and then they're coming off a season where it was an out-of-form Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund, and now they're seeing Cunha and Mbeumo. It's like, wow, this is what an actual attack feels like. This is what should be happening. So, I think if you're a United fan, you should be really happy with the performance. What Cunha brings is like a maverick type of mentality, and you could just see it in the way that he was just running by 4 people in the first half. And then that touch that got Ben White injured, that like that Cruyff turn, and then just the energy and the drive to like go forward with it after. It was all so good. So I think United knocked that signing out the park. And Buemo, he was good, but I also feel like he still needs time to like really understand what it means to play for a club of that size, like a Manchester United. He was like dangerous, but I also think there were times where either him and Cunha weren't linking up properly, and then him and Diallo, I remember that like he tried to play Diallo, but Diallo wasn't making the run. So there were issues there. But overall, you can't be mad at like the debut because it is only game week 1, and you could see that there is potential. So I thought he was also like decent.
Yeah. So my question to you, Kenny, is: say Sesko's available next week to start, who are you taking out?
Mount.
It does have to be Mount. Like if Sesko's going to start, Mount has to leave, like 1000%. And I feel like with the 1 game a week, it's going to be really interesting to see how he rotates the squad because everyone should be fit. There's not.
He really shouldn't be. He should not be rotating anyone. Should be playing the best 11 every game.
Well, exactly. Like everyone's gonna have the time to go take the ice baths, go do what's the big like puffy like legs or whatever. Like they have the time to do all these things, the recovery. So unfortunately, with like less amount of games, someone's gonna have to sit. And if Sesko starts, it will be Mount, or it should be Mount. But yeah, is there anyone else for United that you want to call out? I feel like we talked about the lit.
I mean,
Cunha,
I just think
and Buemo.
Ugarte is playing the wrong sport. He honks. He
Yeah.
just stinks.
It's simply one of the
fouls-
worst cameos I've seen.
The fouls he was committing, it's like you're killing all the momentum. The one decision he made to shoot from 35 yards, it's like, dude, you're not going to score from there. Simply, you're just not going to score. And it might be a mental problem. Physically, he's getting around the bench fine. You know what I mean? His brain might just not be functioning at full capacity.
There's just no way he's tried that in practice. Like you can't tell me. Like he stayed after training and was like, I'm gonna work on my long shot.
It even went
It's a
like
Patrick
you can
Ewing-
clip just before he shoots, and it's never going in. He's like
Yeah.
stumbling up to the ball, like
Yeah, like the run up was nuts. Like it was like what were you saying, Hillzy?
It's the Patrick Ewing gif. I've never seen you shoot that shot before. When he was talking to the one dude. It's like,
He should have hit him with the Carmelo Anthony gift where it's like he's about to shoot, but then he just puts his back. That's what he should have done. But
he's just like, I'll just pass it. It's like, yep, you should.
I mean, he should have. Like he really should have.
and
But-
honestly, anything else would have been better.
Anything, literally anything. Like I don't know. But to be fair, I will give credit to Amram. It seems like the system is starting to connect a little bit, starting to flow. You can see some passing patterns. You can see some rotations. I think it's really nice that they decided to avoid playing through the midfield and just have long balls over the top. Because when Bruno has the ball deeper in the pitch, it's dangerous because once he loses it, immediate counterattack. But there's a lot of positives, and I think United should be happy. And if you're an Arsenal fan, you could look at the performance and be like, that wasn't great. This is what phase 17,000 or whatever project they're on. Or you could just look at it and be like, we got 3 points. We move on. Game 1. So that's that. We can talk about in this next game, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. Smitty, Goody, I'll let you run with this. I'll let you talk about whatever, and let's go.
I mean, I think the main thing for me, the first half looked fantastic. We were flowing, we were moving, creating chances. Come the 55th, 60th minute, we bring on Endo at right back and Robbo at left back, and the game goes to shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there are a lot of positives. Defensively, still a lot to be done, I think.
I don't know, but I think a lot of their defensive issues are just coming from bad decisions in attack. Like the 2 goals, like Soboslai tries the back heel it and split two defenders, turns it over, and then they're running at us because, like, Slot said after the game, he's like, because Carragher was going out, I'm like, you're up 2-1, why you got 8 guys in the attacking box? And he's just like, well, we're Liverpool, like, we're here to entertain. It's better than having 8 guys behind the ball. So it's not going to
Jurgen
change.
Klopp did that too. So like, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's never going to change. It's just like, if Salah doesn't turn the ball over there, it doesn't become 2-2. And like all of the transition moments where they have 8 guys forward, it's just because they're giving the ball away in bad spots. Like when they're behind the ball, I don't think defensively they're that bad. Like Konate hasn't played great the first 2 showings he's had this year.
Konate's on Duolingo, bro.
But
I know someone trying to learn Spanish when I see him on the pitch.
The good news is they're already trying to solve that issue by, buying center backs. So he's not going to be able to keep doing it. But like in attack, I think they look threatening when they get the ball. I mean, but there's some pieces like Arsenal. It's like it's still going to take some time to combine it all together. Go ahead, Goody. I didn't mean to go on a rant.
No, I agree with a lot of it. I also think when you get Gravenberch back next week and you just got that vacuum sitting in the midfield, it changes a lot as well. And I mean, we come back to the Isak point. He helps a lot as well. Because I don't think I wasn't that big of a fan of Gakpo's performance.
Might be arguing.
I think Ekitike can play anywhere, to be honest with you.
I agree. I wasn't impressed with Gakpo.
I think Ekitike is just I can roam around wherever I want to go and I'll get involved in the game. Like, I don't think he has to be pushed into the width of the 18-yard box to be effective. But then again, it's like, how many guys can you put on the pitch that just are allowed to roam around? Because, like, Wirtz is also in the same position where it's like, he's just going to roam around and do whatever he wants. And eventually, if it clicks, it'll be great. Like, he has to play better, too. And then, I mean, Salah's roaming around. So, I mean, there has to be some structure at some point. But Ekitike looks a player, though, huh? I'm not trying to overreact, but...
Yeah. Darwin Núñez-esque.
No, not really. I mean,
created on his own.
It's a little bit different than what you'd see with Darwin Núñez.
Nah, he did look good. Even just on the ball, like, so much better than what we've had. I wouldn't say he was as good on the ball as Firmino because he was just a different level of on the ball 9, but he can hold his own.
I'll say for Ekitike, you're kind of in a predicament now because now it's like, do you really need Isak? Ekitike looked really good. You're at a point where you're either buying someone so Ekitike moves to the left, or you're buying a backup for Ekitike. Based on that debut, he looked proper. Like the hold up play, the touches, like everything looked really good, and it's a really good signing. Like, I know it was a lot of money at first, or people were thinking that, but he looked really good. So I feel like it's a question, because is Isak really necessary if Ekitike is performing like this up top?
I think they're just in a position where the stars kind of aligned on the Isak thing, where they're like, no one else is really going after him this summer. He's lost his mind at Newcastle, and unless there's some big old apology and everything's forgotten, like, he's kind of just going to fall in their lap if they want him to fall in their lap. And it's kind of like, you can't really say no. Like, I agree with you. It's probably not necessary. Like, there's probably better positions that they could spend the money. But it's like, if you add him, the goals that are going to be guaranteed coming out of your side, it just is worth it at that point.
I just think in the Isak case, he's such a valuable asset. He's a prem-proven striker that his price isn't going to drop in the upcoming years, and he's only going to attract more interest from different clubs. It appears Liverpool's the only club that can do the deal. Next year, City can do it, United can do it, Arsenal could do it. Chelsea, we all know, love spending money. Like, I think it's just such a, as Smitty said, the stars have aligned for Liverpool this transfer window that they have the chance without competition to go and get him, that they kind of have to.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm telling, like, in terms of debuts, Ekitike for me had one of the best on the weekend. Like, I really enjoyed just seeing his performance. I want to pass this question to Hillzy, because you are not a Liverpool fan. What were your thoughts on Florian Wirtz?
It'll take time for him.
One of those answers,
No, just
man.
because literally the speed of the prem is just different.
Right.
I think I'll give him like 2 games, 3, and he'll be fine. And what is
Well-
his main position? Because are you going to play him off like the left center 10? Or are you going to play him on the right?
I think,
I think he just goes wherever he wants.
Yeah.
I think he
Well,
mainly stays on that left side.
you could tell he likes to operate on that left side. Like you can tell in
Yeah.
those pockets, like he looks for that for sure. I'll
I
say
mean, he's
for
going to
me,
be fantastic. He will be fantastic though. Like he's unreal. Like
you
honestly,
think?
no worries. Yeah.
You think?
Oh yeah.
I'd be more concerned if he was honking against Palace and honking against Bournemouth. But I thought, like, in the Community Shield, I thought he played good. So I'm not too concerned about it. It's just, as soon as he gets his feet wet, he'll be fine.
Yeah, there was glimpses of like, wow, this guy's an unreal player. And then
Were
there was
there?
a lot of, yeah.
Against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
What'd he do?
I'll send you a highlight reel, Kenny. I'll make one
What'd
up
he
for you.
do? What'd he do? Like
I mean-
I saw a taller Alexis McAllister making simple passes. This
Yeah,
is a
but-
100
But we're
US million.
talking, yeah, but
What are we
here's
talking
here's the issue with this argument. Like, what are we comparing him to?
the greatest.
You're
not
comparing it to the
So-
price tag.
So, like,
really.
are we, like,
You have to.
like,
You
are we
have to.
comparing his talent level with Cole Palmer? Like, is that a fair comparison to make? Like, can we compare those two? Because Cole Palmer
Sure.
hasn't scored an open play goal since January. So, like,
Yeah, but
this
that's
is
also,
the thing.
I hate that stat.
like,
I hate
yeah,
that stat.
it's a shit stat, and it doesn't fit the narrative.
No,
and I know,
exactly.
but like, we can just say he didn't play well. Like, we don't need to say he's terrible because he's not terrible.
I'm not saying he's terrible, but if you're the most expensive Premier League player ever, we've seen debuts. Like, look at his teammate. Ekitike balled out. Look at for Hillzy's Man City. Reinders balled out. Cunha balled out. If you are actually going to be the most expensive player, we expect results immediately.
No, you
No?
do. No, we expect wins.
Right.
I don't want to speak
Okay.
for Goody.
150,
I don't speak
just
for Goody.
takes time.
If we win the league, I don't care what he does. Like, if you win games, it doesn't matter. We don't
waste of one.
talk about players
the
that flop
Grealish.
that win. We don't talk about players that flop that win. Jack Grealish, yeah. Jack Grealish has been the biggest flop in the past 5 years. Are we talking about Jack Grealish going to Everton right now being like, oh my God, he was the biggest waste ever?
Jack Grealish, with time, we saw what he did in that treble run, and it was worth it once City got the treble. I know with Florian Wirtz, what is that wrong?
Yeah,
Hillzy?
it was worth it when City got the treble.
6
So if
months was
Liverpool win the
great,
league, is
and
it worth
the
it?
Other,
Yeah.
Well, he was.
I do get your point, Kenny. I don't. There were a lot more valuable players in that City side than Jack Grealish. So, to your point, Wirtz probably won't be the best player every week. Will he be top 5 though? Yeah.
Is that an issue? Oh, you said top
No.
5. I didn't hear you. I thought you just said best. My bad.
No.
But
Yeah.
I genuinely think if this is $150 million, I just want to see more.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
Like
I
the creativity, whatever. I get it. You can take some time to build the chemistry and whatnot. I understand, but at the same time, there's so much money involved. You need to have results. If he needs to be one of the best players on the field every single time, and you can't I get it. Wins are wins. You can get the wins whenever. If you're the most expensive player, you should be performing every single week, every single game.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I get I do get your point.
That's all.
I think
But
there
look at
are a lot of
Fernandes.
externals that go into it.
Like, look at
Other than
Enzo
just,
Fernandez and Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo weren't good for the first 5 months. And now look
I
how
agree.
good they are. So it's it's going to take time. I understand you don't want it to take time. You want them to have 25 goal contributions in the Prem. And that's fair. If that's your expectation, we can
It
have
should be
that
your
expectation. No, it's not my expectation
It
because I'm
should be your
realistic.
expectation.
No, it's not because I'm
You're
realistic.
realistic in spending the most money on a Premier League player ever, and you don't want 25 GAs.
Kenny,
No.
you don't believe
Well,
he should have 25
sure.
GAs.
If
If they sign Isak, yeah, Isak should have 25 GAs.
So, Kenny, my
plan-
point is to you, right? Say Ekitike has 30 goals and assists this year, and Wirtz has 20. Has Wirtz had an incredibly worse season than Ekitike, or have they had a good season?
No, they've had a good season. I think it's the 20 GAs on top of like the eye test. Like if he plays well, cool. But I saw someone against Bournemouth who did not play well. Why are we gonna sit here and come on? Like, come on.
I'm not disagreeing. I don't think it's as bad as you're making it out to be.
He didn't play to his price
as bad
tag.
as
He didn't play
Gyokeres.
to his price tag. Let's just say that. It's not that he was like obvious, like visually he was terrible on the pitch.
He made his passes.
He just didn't play to your expectation.
I agree with you. Yes.
Like there was some other debuts this week where they genuinely looked terrible. Like no matter
And
what
I
their
think-
price would have been.
I think one of them that wasn't terrible but wasn't great, Milos Kerkez. Someone needs to talk about this before I do.
Well, they need Gravenberch to sit with the back line instead of Kerkez sitting with the back line.
You think that was like the tactical thing there? Because Gravenberch was out.
Because he's
I think
not going forward at all. Like he's just sitting mostly.
I agree.
I also think
I-
there had to have been a little something with like playing against Bournemouth because he was just trying to snap Semenyo in half for a lot of that first half.
Semenyo was the man of a very targeted man that game. But
Well, Kerkez might
Get
have
to
been
that
the one that said it. It might not have been the fan. The way he was playing.
oh man, yeah, no, that slide tackle was egregious. I think for someone that we gave a lot of praise to last season because Kerkez deserved it, I think it's another situation where he needs to understand you can't have stinkers like this for bigger clubs. Once the price tag is set, once the transfer is made, you need to step up. And for him to put in that performance, it's like, was Andy Robertson really that bad last year?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Goody, I don't know if you noticed, but when Joe Gomez came on and played right back, Robbo went flying forward and Gomez sat more. So I don't know if it's like, I don't know if when Connor Bradley comes back, if he's going to play right back and Kerkez is going to fly forward. I don't know what they're going to do when everyone's healthy, but I think we'll see Monday a more complete version with Gravenberch in the side.
Yeah, I think Gravenberch changes a lot of it.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
Because he's just not going to go forward. He's not that player. When you have McAllister and Slobozlai there who both want to go forward, that's when you have the issue of you need someone to sit.
Yeah, no, it's to Hillzy's point because I know he said Declan Rice on the half turn, Gravenberch on the half turn is class. Gravenberch, he can do that, right? But it's going to be interesting because I know you were just talking about Connor Bradley, but what did we think about Frimpong's performance? Like, what did you think of his prime debut?
I think Salah needs to stop playing as wide. Like
Yeah.
Salah's hugging the touchline, and I think it's taking a lot of Frimpong's strengths and kind of handcuffing him. Like Frimpong's biggest ability is just running on the outside of Salah.
Don't you think it would get too contested though if Salah moves inside?
I don't know. I think everyone else on the front line likes drifting the opposite side anyway.
But yeah, I think, Kenny, you have that point was because both midfielders were going as well.
Yeah.
So like maybe when Gravenberch sits, like sure, but yeah.
So
Yeah.
Slide did. He said, "I don't care about the defensive responsibilities." Just right into the box.
Yeah.
I don't blame him though. I actually liked his performance. I'm not gonna lie. Besides, like, of course, the flicks, the Bruno Fernandes flicks he tries, like deep in the midfield. I genuinely liked his performance.
If they don't sign Isak, I don't think it will be very long till we see Wirtz playing as like the starting left winger, and they'll keep the midfield three they had last year.
So Cody
Just a
Gakpo
prediction.
can't be the starter.
I don't know, man. He was playing crash bang burn ball yesterday or the other day. He was just running into guys, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hey, like they say, sometimes good, sometimes shit.
Yeah.
Talking about shit, Mohamed Salah.
Let's go.
Sometimes good, sometimes shit. Always scores though. Always gets away with some fantasy points.
Watching that man dribble a football, oh my god.
That hurt.
I
one
don't
hurt,
know
man.
when it was during the game, but he's 1v2 against two Bournemouth defenders, and he tries to elastico it between them and just kicks the ball out. Like,
It's bad. No, like, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. I don't know if it's the play you're talking about right now, but when it was like the 5v2 for Liverpool against Bournemouth, and then he ends up losing the ball with 4 other players on the other side, I couldn't believe it. Like, as someone as good as Salah, you just pick up your head and make a simple pass. Like, no need for the Trivellas, no need for Elasticos. I could not believe he didn't make that pass. That was crazy.
And then he goes and scores a goal in the 95th minute.
Yeah,
But
no.
he scores the
Was
goal,
forgiven.
and then the ball he played in for Chiesa's goal, like, Jones probably should have scored the ball he played in. So, like, he was a passenger for 87 minutes. And then he
Yes.
played well for, like, 7 minutes. And how about Chiesa, man? What a guy, what a story. Not a better guy to score the game winner.
Oh, brother.
Hey, Juve will take him back.
You said what?
Juve will take him back.
I mean,
I
hope
think
they
he's
do.
staying.
He is. No, like he'll probably have to stay. Like I don't know how many more transfers Liverpool's making, right? Like he probably has to stay.
You'd be amazed. We might be able to get 70 million for him after that goal.
Oh my god. The Ben Doak vibes.
Yeah.
Sounds someone who hasn't played in the Prem for 30 mil. Get the hell out of here.
That is one of the biggest finessings I've ever seen.
I couldn't believe it when I saw the here we go. I said, who?
Yeah.
Ben Doak? Hell out of here. Oh, but
Hey,
no.
as a Red Sox fan, though, at least the Red Sox are doing well, so it makes me hate Liverpool less.
I mean, they were like they're doing well now, right? I think there was a
Yes.
time they weren't doing too hot, and I saw some Twitter crossover with Fenway and Liverpool. So you do have a point there.
They're gonna rename Anfield Fenway if they keep investing all their money in Liverpool.
We haven't touched on this yet, but can we discuss how that wasn't a red card in the first 15 minutes?
Senesi,
First 15 minutes of the season. First 15
Yeah.
minutes of the
How-
season.
How do
This
you
game
Well,
get
it
that
didn't even go to VAR. They didn't even
did
send
go
them
to
to the
VAR.
monitor.
It
They
did.
didn't even
I
send
think
them
it
to the
did.
monitor, though.
VAR cleared it?
you know what the reason was though? I
Yeah.
think they said it was like a possible goal scoring opportunity,
Yeah,
not
it's
a
like,
guarantee.
we don't really know.
That is a disgusting excuse. Like, oh my, like they ruined themselves by saying that. Because
Oh.
now there's going to be so many situations like that where it's like, oh, it's like possible, but it's not a guarantee that they're going to score. That's a horrible precedent. That's horrible.
Because you look at Saliba last year against Bournemouth, where he took down, I think it was Clivert or whoever, near the
Uh-huh.
halfway line, and he got a red.
Yeah.
So is that now?
And then I think it was Lewis Skelly against Wolves
Yep.
when he was inside his like their half and
Yeah.
he got a red. That call, that decision ruins so many things. So
Yep.
many things. I was thinking about it over the weekend. I think I saw one pen that was a handball throughout all of the Prem scores. But besides that, do you know how hard it is to get a handball these days? Like a handball call does not exist.
No.
We've seen some crazy things where it clearly goes off the hand and they're just like, no,
Yeah.
it's not.
Did
Like-
you see the one in the MLS last night with Charlotte?
No, what happened?
Tim Reeve just armed right out.
He was
Ball
playing
just-
volleyball. Trying
Yep.
to
Ooh,
No,
That's
no,
what
no. it was just,
Senesi
right
does.
out on his-
hits his arm, and then he swats at it. Like, what?
you know, Foot Mob is lying because Senesi's performance, I was going to talk about it.
Yeah.
He was shambolic. He was so bad.
was he the defender on the first goal of the Etikite? Where he
Yeah,
goes
because
for
he
the tap?
Yeah.
tried to jump in 2 feet.
Yeah.
And he got megged. Like, he was horrendous throughout the whole entire game. And I guess if you want to talk about Bournemouth a little bit, like, I want to give a shout out to, like, Petrovic and Diakite and just all these new pieces that they had to put in their back line because, like, Bournemouth got stripped. Bournemouth lost everyone.
Yeah.
But the fact that they still gave Liverpool a game like that, and then the one we're going to talk about, of course, Semenyo, like, he's a better man than me because I promise you, if someone in a wheelchair comes up to me, says something, I ask him to repeat it, and he says it louder with more chest. I saw the meme going around with the Brock Lesnar pushing the dude down the wheelchair. I like that one. I would have switched it up though. I would have hit him with the Shawn Michaels sweet chin music, so then when he's laying on his back, the wheels are just spinning and they can just move him out. Like he's so much better than me because the mental fortitude, the mental strength to hear it, handle it, drop a brace the way he did, put in the performance the way he did. One of the best, like, that's a great intro into the Prem because literally it had everything. And yeah, Semenyo deserves all the praise in the world.
I don't know how he didn't get picked up by a big club.
I don't
think it's
think
'cause he
they.
signed the
I think they wouldn't let him leave.
Really?
I think this coming year, because he signed a contract, they'll be like, gentlemen's, we'll do like the 60 million or whatever,
He
and then you can leave if you want.
he did what Newcastle are trying to do right now.
Yeah.
Little wage boost,
Yeah.
lower the evaluation for next summer.
But yeah, I just wanted to make sure we gave Semenyo the credit he deserves.
What was Kanate doing on his goal, though?
Well,
I
Conte
think
right
we-
now, you know,
what about the other center back?
Oh, Van Dijk too, just running away.
Yeah, you're supposed to look at the ball, no?
well, Konate's got to go to the ball, man. Konate's got to get to the ball.
Yeah.
Konate
He
can't
should've-
be. Konate shouldn't be defending with his aura. He's not there. So
Konate
you know,
shouldn't have to go to the ball because Van Dijk should have been there. Van Dijk was there and left.
Well,
He left.
I mean, no, I agree.
Well,
Ken.
again, if there weren't 9 guys in the other team's
yeah,
penalty
Semenyo
box,
should
we wouldn't have had
70
this
yards of
problem.
space ahead of him.
I'm sorry, I can't, because if someone has the ball, you don't try to mark someone without the ball.
No, I agree.
be fair, though-
We all seen him do the little.
Yeah.
We've seen Van Dijk do this before though, and guys not score, and then it's like, oh, look how genius that was. So
Yeah,
let's
and
just
it's
give
been
more
wrong.
credit to Semenyo.
No, it's been wrong.
No, it's good defending.
You can't. It's fine. It's fine. No,
Dude,
it's fine.
if he didn't allow Semenyo to walk down the middle of the pitch for 70 yards, we wouldn't have had Forza Italia score a game winner. So we should be happy that Van Dijk gave us more entertainment on opening day than we would have had without him.
Now I get it.
And you know,
now it's processing.
and you know,
Okay.
it was the best game of the weekend. So,
It was.
well, at
It
least
is-
the most
easily
exciting
was.
anyway.
Well-
Most exciting time for sure.
Whether they play Leeds or City, they'll entertain you. Don't matter. Because they're going to concede plenty of goals. Don't worry. They're
mean-
willing. They're willing to concede goals.
That can be one of the final questions. How are you guys feeling overall in terms of getting the prem back, retaining it? After this performance, is everything okay? No head
Fine.
losses, we're all right?
We'll see how Monday goes.
I think we're gonna have a lot more competition this year
Yeah, I think so too.
because there is a scary side that weren't there last year. But,
Yeah.
It's
I
not
mean, we
Arsenal.
and it's not Arsenal.
we can get to that. Lastly, just a shout out to all of the tributes for Diogo Jota, because I'm not gonna lie, there were multiple times where I almost just teared up just because the whole situation and the fact that everyone's handled it with grace and just the way it's been unbelievable. So shout out to all the fans there. But now to another game, to the contender that's back. That's why we got Hillzy on the pod to talk his talk. Hillzy, talk to me, man. Man City 4, Wolves 0. How are we feeling? What's going on?
Feeling great. Feeling very good. Happy to see John Stones, Ruben Diaz partnership,
You think that's the best CB partnership?
and John Stones healthy. I mean, that's the best center back in the league when healthy.
I genuinely thought he was gonna get subbed at some point for injury, so I understand. I understand.
It won't be long, don't
Well,
worry.
oh yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah,
But no, 4-0, big win, big statement. Talk to me about some of the debutantes, because obviously this was the Tajani Rangers game. Yeah, we can start there. Just go for it.
Tajani. He's just unreal. He can dribble by anyone, pick a pass,
Yep,
score.
he can. He
Just
can.
does everything in the midfield. It's like we have an old prime Gundo back, just with Tajani now.
Yeah, it feels like a Gundogan in May type of vibe. Just everything's clicking, and to do that on your debut, especially when there's a lot of other marquee signings that everyone's looking at, I feel like this one kind of flew under the radar because the price tag wasn't as high as it should have been. Just speaking as a Milan fan, but everything just kind of ran through him, and it took 30-ish minutes, because I'll say the first 30, he was struggling a little bit. He had to adjust to the pace, but as soon as he did, and he decided to dribble 3 players and then chip it over to Rico Lewis, I'm just oh, he's arrived. He's here. So I feel like you're really excited about that one.
Oh yeah, Holland too. Guy's unreal in August. You know he has 21 goals in 12 games in August.
Are you serious? Okay.
When I looked at guys'
Well,
fantasy teams and I didn't see Holland in everyone's fantasy team, I immediately laughed at people and said, I don't know why Holland is not in your fantasy team.
yeah, no, that's definitely my bad.
Yeah, mistakes were made.
But was there anything that like you wanted to call out? I feel like with that City side, it was nice to see Oscar Bob play. Trying to think who else was in there.
Who?
Nico G.
Cherokee
Nico
with the
G.
debut, but yeah, no, Oscar Bob looked really good. Anything that you want to call out for him?
Oh man, that was such an unlucky leg break last year. He was balling in the preseason. then
No, he
broke
would have
his
cooked
leg.
last year. He would have cooked last year for sure.
He's maybe the best dribbler on City. All honesty, like
I mean,
it's so close to his feet the whole time.
from what I've seen, like the way he just handles tight spaces, like he be doing like back heels and just stuff. Like I was like, oh shit, like no wonder why they can get rid of Savinho if they have Oscar Bob. That's a healthy Oscar Bob. Yeah, Savinho, thank you, but we don't need you. So yeah, it looked really good. Goody, Smitty, I don't know if you watched the game as well, but was there anything that you wanted to call out? Anything that you saw?
I mean, Haaland just looked back to his goal scoring machine ways. Like
7 touches, 2 goals.
it's just what he does. I
Yeah.
was kind of underimpressed by Doku's performance.
A little bit.
He
You
didn't
can speak on
have
it.
that like you look at his matchup against Keanu Hoover and Doherty, like you think that's an absolute walk in the park, and it didn't. He
1v1
just didn't look
merchant.
like he was there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, does Marmouche start there? Do you start Churchkey over him? Like, I don't know the replacement for him because Doku's someone you can't really leave out.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's putting up performances like that, you got to ask the question.
Yeah.
There will be
No, for
4
sure.
different guys in the 11 next week, though, so we'll get to see a whole bunch of different guys.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like with City, the thing that you probably can't even do too much with a Liverpool currently, like with the squad. The rotation you can have in Pep's a madman. You're gonna have a lot of different just players in the starting 11s. Like they won 4-0 with Rodri and Phil Foden watching. Like they weren't on the bench; they were just watching the game like us.
Rodri
So-
watching.
You said what?
Just Rodri was watching.
Oh, okay.
I
But-
also think Bernardo Silva wasn't quite. I think the legs are going a little bit.
You think?
Yeah.
I enjoyed his performance. I enjoyed his performance.
He at least
single
wasn't what
City-
I'm used to.
Go ahead, Hillzy.
every single City fan wants him sold. Like it's hilarious.
Well, the problem is he was supposed to go to Barcelona like for the past 3 years, and that's never happened. But now that I saw his performance, and I thought without him and John Stones in your side for the first 30 minutes, like Wolves was getting at you. Like there were some opportunities that were being made, and I thought those two like kind of held it down as like the veteran, like vintage players they are. And then all of a sudden, when you score, that's when all hell breaks loose. That's when Tajani Ranger steps up. That's when everyone else steps up. So I thought they were really important players. But
Yeah,
If
I
he's-
just
Oh,
think
that
they
is-
have so many better options than playing Bernardo Silva.
he's only playing there because he's captain.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but,
that's
like,
great because they'll play every game then.
Yeah.
The biggest,
Right.
the biggest compliment I can give City compared to last year is once they scored, they never looked like they were gonna draw or lose the game. Like once it was
Yeah.
1-0, the game was just dead. They just didn't let Wolves come close to even touching the ball, pretty much, which is
Yeah.
what they did in their prime years.
I mean, apart from Strand Larson having a few chances, like he probably should have scored. I don't know if you've seen that cutback that he took
Mhm,
with his left instead of his right and just
Yep.
skewed it a little bit. They didn't have much other than that.
Yeah.
I also think Wolves could be going down. They were that bad.
Oh, 100%.
Between Wolves and West Ham, one of those sides deserves to be in League One. Not even the championship. Just send them like all the way down the pyramid.
West Ham might finish 21st, and I hope they do. um, but before we get there, Hillzy, for Aiton Nori, what'd you think of his performance? Because it was a return back to Wolves. Was there anything that you liked? Anything that you disliked? Like, how you feeling?
I thought he was pretty good defensively because kind of City actually left him out to dry with Rico going in the middle, so he just had the whole
Yeah.
left side. Did all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he allowed a few crosses, but like it's gonna happen.
No, I genuinely agree with you because I haven't seen him defend in a Wolves side. Like when he was on Wolves, I didn't see him defend. So the fact that I actually got to see him track back like the 50 yards and like making it like slide tackles and whatever, I thought he looked good. So like it was another like good debut from his end.
You know, we
Cherokee,
actually almost signed a Nuri, I guess, in January.
well, you went with
Yeah.
Vitor Reese instead.
No, I guess literally last day of the deadline day, I guess the French club that like owned his salon, they were like, oh yeah, we almost City like almost bought him on the last day of deadline day. I was like, wait, what? Nobody knew.
Well, I guess it was bound to happen, but it's a good signing. It's a good signing regardless. Oh
Yep.
wow. Oh wow.
JJ Watts.
But no, I think City looks good. Me personally, I hate to say it, but they probably look like the most, I guess, like informed team going into like game week 1 based on their performance. I don't know if it just has to be a Wolves thing or if they were that good. We shall see. But if you're a City fan, you should be happy with that. Is there anything else before we just bop around the rest of the Prem?
No, I thought they looked good.
They did look good.
I was impressed.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I think Wolves were bad.
They were. They
Like,
were.
Yeah,
It wasn't
relegation battle bad.
Well, like when you lose Cunha and Aitanora, I feel like
yeah.
it's tough to replenish them when you get people that I've never heard of. But you know, it is what it is.
What, you're not a fan of Fer Lopez?
I was talking about the wing back. Who was that? Hoover?
what?
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Well,
Yanni Hoover.
Yeah, it's like I'm sorry,
Next
my ball
Liverpool
mouth. Yeah. Oh,
my goodness. When you look at Sunderland and then you look at Wolves, you're like, you know, one of these teams was in the championship last year, and it wasn't Wolves. Like,
yeah.
it's bad,
Yeah.
man, real bad.
Yeah. Going through the rest of the big 6, I guess, quote unquote. Spurs, they beat Burnley.
Thomas Frank.
Any thoughts?
Thomas Frank, told you.
I mean, I think it's another one like City. I mean, Tottenham were obviously not as good as City. Were Burnley just that bad? It looked it. Was Richarlison just scoring his 2 goals for the year in incredible fashion? Yes.
Greatest since the World Cup. That looked all right. That looked all right. I will say, though, because I know we're talking about Richarlison, but the person who set him up, Mohamed Kudus, what a player. What an absolute baller. I still can't believe how West Ham let him go for the 55. That's why I was just so upset that this happened. But, well, go ahead, Hillzy.
Did you see the West Ham like director was talking crap about him too?
Oh, gosh. Oh,
He was like, yeah, he had like a bad, he didn't have a great year, so like we had to kind of sell him for less. It
See,
was like,
that's what happens, though. That's what happens because when players have the off year and you know the talent's there, that's when... That's so annoying.
I was like,
I wish I didn't know
did
that.
the guy really just say that?
They're going to add Eze to this team too, which
is
is going to make them even
Savinho.
better.
Yeah.
Maybe Savinho. So, I mean, that's not looking too shabby. And
from
Thomas
what-
Frank's a good manager, so they'll figure it out and they'll make it work.
From what we saw, it looked like there was a bit of rotation as well in the squad, so people weren't overly tired. I feel like that starting 11 from against Burnley was a lot different than the one against PSG. So it seems like Thomas Frank is already taking a positive step forward from Ange Postecoglou's system, and I think that's something that Spurs fans should be really, really happy about.
And midfield's
yeah.
pretty shit, though.
I mean, when one of them is late for training and he's 28 years old and he can't figure it out, that's an issue. Like, he should be in the squad, but if you're showing up late for training still, clearly there's a problem. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Spurs, if they make these signings that they're supposed to make, and you still have Kulusevski who can come back, they look somewhat dangerous.
Something
They're
there.
better than Newcastle.
There's a little,
There's-
there is a little
before
something there.
we get to Newcastle.
I mean, they could finish top 6, Spurs, if things go and fall in their direction here.
Hey,
then
remotely
they're
related table. Yeah, might have got it right.
Might have.
I feel like with Burnley, just quickly, you can't keep trying to play champagne football. You're just gonna hurt yourself. Just get the ball in the box. Do what you gotta do. 4-4-2, survive and then build.
But
It's not that.
But Kenny, their last manager that got relegated is managing one of the best teams in the world. So do you blame them?
Scott
for
Parker's
trying?
going to be at Madrid.
Their current manager, I've seen it. Like, we've seen him before. We've seen him try to play this style before, and it's never worked. He's not a prem guy. He was a good player, just not a prem guy.
They should hire Wayne Rooney. He'll fix their problems.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. After Tom Brady, imagine Tom Brady cooking you.
I don't understand why people are mad about that, though.
Because it's Tom Brady. What?
Yeah, but he wasn't talking about it in like you don't know football sense. He was just talking about it in like a you don't know how to be a winner, which is probably. I mean, he's won in his career a ton. But yeah, but as a manager, he's not wrong.
Know how to win as an owner? No,
he knows how to win, and he's won in everything.
You see that?
Except his wife. I think his wife cheated on him with her fitness coach or something, which that's an unfortunate situation. But I mean, Tom's won at everything. I mean, he was cheating that one season with the deflated footballs. Still won, didn't lose.
I mean, I'll question his punditry skills as an announcer, but you know what? It is what it is. Shout out Spurs. At the end of the day, shout out Spurs. They got it done. I feel like there were some other games. Low key, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Villa versus Newcastle pissed me off. I don't think they deserve our attention. I don't want to talk about it at all.
Can we put Chelsea and Palace in that fucking bracket as well? Because they were also terrible.
There is a question with Chelsea Palace, though. I did not about the game, about after the game. Because after the game, I saw there was a clip where Glasner was trying to talk to Gahey, and Gahey kind of just said, peace, and went to the locker room. Do we think it's more of just like, I'm tired, I just need to go in the locker room, we can talk about it inside? Do you think it's more of, I'm trying to leave to Liverpool, I'm trying to make a move? Are we looking too much into this? How do we feel about that?
I don't think he really cares whether he leaves right now or he leaves for free next summer. And I don't think Liverpool really cares which way it goes either. I think both of them probably want it to happen now. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't think he's not doing the Isak where he's just completely abandoning everything that has gone well there. I mean, if he probably does want to leave. I don't blame him, but I don't think we need to look too much into it. I don't think it's too negative intentioned.
You don't think? Hillzy, did you see the clip?
Just saw it on Twitter. Yeah. It's not too bad.
I mean,
sometimes dudes don't even want to talk after the game.
I agree. Because it's like, we just went through a hard 90 minutes and we just got a point. Like, talk to me inside. Let me sit down. Yeah. Let me get some water. Like,
I mean, you never know. Mark Gay, he could be like, why would I want to go back to Chelsea who sold me? Who clearly didn't want me 3 years ago. Like, you never know.
I mean, Chalobah did it.
Yeah, well, different people have different morals,
right.
I guess.
I thought it was crazy that Enzo Maresca all week said they need a new center back. Did you see that? I mean, they have like 7 of them, though, and he said all week, we need another center back.
And I'm not going to lie, the hot garbage.
Yeah.
They're just there for the PSR reason, so they can sell them all.
Goody, you said it last week. Like, that Colwell injury is big. Like, I feel like in the long term, they probably need a really good center back.
I mean, you have Wesley Fofana on the bench. You have that Hato on the bench, but you don't. I mean, you're right. You don't have obviously not going to pull a Virgil van Dijk out, but most big clubs have like the center back that's their center back. They have
either the partnership or yeah.
They don't have a Murillo even. That's what they need. They need like a brick shit house, no nonsense defender.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're good on Chelsea because we'll definitely talk about them throughout the season. I'm trying to think for
Newcastle literally win if they have any striker in the world on the pitch. They probably win. Literally.
I was so wrong. I'm so off of that game. But yeah, no, they should have had 4 in the first half. But I'm looking more at Sunderland versus West Ham. That one was really, really interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I think Sunderland should have been on a lot of people's eyes just because we saw how many people they signed, and every day it was an Ornstein or Fabrizio. Just here we go. It was something crazy, and they just threw all of them on the pitch. It seemed like, and then they balled. I loved it. I loved every single second of it. As soon as they scored, the second one, I'm like, oh my God, like West Ham's cooked. West Ham's absolutely
Yeah.
cooked.
How bad was Fukrug in that game, huh? I mean,
Uh,
he lost 16 goals.
he didn't give a fook. He didn't give a fook or a crook. Yeah, this guy was bad. This guy was bad. I will say though, West Ham almost scored. I think in the first half because as a fantasy like prem guy, of course, I saw Bowen lay it off to Doof, and I'm like, oh wow, the assist goal link up could be crazy. And as soon as it got cleared off the line, I'm like, oh my God, I'm cooked. I'm absolutely cooked. Where I'm not winning this, and that's exactly what happened. Captain Granit Xhaka leading the side to a 3-0 win. Definitely one of the shocks of the Prem weekend. But is there anything else that you want to say in regards to West Ham relegation battle potentially? Sunderland looking good.
Yeah, West Ham have a lot to work on.
When you don't replace Kudus, it's
Yeah, I don't think they get relegated. I think it's just like they'll still win some games. I absolutely hope they do, but
no. Shout out Sunderland. Shout out West Ham for entering the relegation battle. Finally, it was bound to happen. But yeah. Any other score lines? I know Nottingham got a big win, but if we're good because they look like they're gonna fight in Europa and the Prem. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see what they do.
Brentford look really bad. I watched a lot of that game. They were very, very poor.
I'll give slight grace because there was no Damsgaard, and then I know they just signed Otara, or I can't even say his name. Artar? Nope, I'm not gonna try to get it. the guy from Bournemouth. The guy from Bournemouth. I actually rate him. Like I actually think he's a really good player, but at the end of the day, they didn't look the best.
Yeah,
I'm glad their signing finally scored, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean Kevin Shade came off the bench as well. He's normally a regular starter.
Shade.
Yeah,
Henderson off the bench.
and then you just had the whole saga with Visser.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's gonna leave. He needs to leave. I think he deserves to leave. He's like, if you drop 19, 20 goals, enough is enough. Like, thank you. I'm out of here. But yeah,
It's good that he's refusing to play, though. That's what the Newcastle fans are saying. They're happy that he's, taking himself out of the side, and they bid, 25 mil below Brentford's evaluation. But, they're happy that he just said, F my teammates, I'm not showing up tomorrow.
Hey, as long as they're
best.
You're right.
They have a lot of experience with players. That do that.
Exactly. But okay, that is the Prem roundup. Let us know if there's anything else that's on your mind and you want to talk about. But yeah, an eventful weekend for sure. I can wrap this up with the fantasy league. Thank you to everyone who joined. We have 21 people, so we have a squad in there. We have a squad. For me personally, my team is in the mud already. It wasn't supposed to be this soon, but when I'm looking at 19th place out of 21st, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm relying on like an NDIA hat trick and like a Pickford clean sheet, but
you got a real rough side over there.
Yeah, no, it's not great. It's not great. Smitty, I know you're cooking in second place, and then Goody, where are you? 14th.
I'm 14th, and there's a lot of red on my team right now, so
yeah,
changes need to be made.
Right. So yeah, we're thinking for the winner. If you're not part of the podcast group and you win, we can sort you out with a nice little cheeky reward. We're already thinking what that can look like, so that'll be the reward for you guys. But if someone loses and finishes last place from the remotely related group, they will have a punishment, and it might involve a credit card. But regardless, we're happy that everyone's here. We're excited to see what goes on. It's going to be a long season. But yeah, I think that's it. Anything else on your mind? Anything else from the weekend?
I'm just excited to watch the relegation battle tomorrow.
I actually have to watch it. Like, I genuinely have to watch it as an FPL owner because I actually want to do okay in this table. So, NDIA, Pickford, if you're listening to this, please, man.
Yeah, I actually got Mikolenko.
Don't overthink it. Just
Mikolenko, go keep a clean sheet for me. Keep some.
Just get Holland transferred in the team. Just get Holland transferred in the team.
much
Who
money.
cares?
The
Who
funds
cares?
aren't available.
Economy? In this economy?
Yes,
Dude, Tijani
he is
Reinders,
worth.
man,
He
I
is
heard
worth the
he's cheap.
13 billion.
To be fair,
Is
it
Tijani
doesn't-
Reinders still 6.5? Ooh, okay. We might have some decision to make. We might have some decision.
I don't know if this is your issue, Kenny, but I had a lot of big money in Cole Palmer. Stinker.
I want to keep faith. There's something there.
Well, I had him in my team, him and João Pedro. That's 22 million gone for 3 fucking points.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Saka, João Pedro,
Yeah.
Cole Palmer. me.
Words.
So, yeah.
I'm not lying. Palmer is only in my team for penalty reasons.
Correct.
Based on the stat, I understand. But, okay. This is another episode of Remotely Related. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Kenny. That's Goody. We got Smitty. We got Hillzy. And we'll be back next week. Peace.